This is a recording of how to balance equations step by step. The first thing you do is you box your formulas. So we need to draw a box around each of our formulas. So in this equation we have 3 formulas. We have 1 on the left side in the reactants and 2 on the right side in the products. So the next thing you do is you take an element inventory. So you have H and you have O. Those are the only elements in this reaction. Alright, and now we're going to look at the ones before the arrow. And you can see there are 2 hydrogens and 2 oxygens before the arrow. Okay, in the formula before the arrow. Now we have to look at the ones after the arrow. And I can see there are 2 oxygens here, but there's also 1 here, so that gives me 3. Alright, then we have the H, which is right here, and there is 2. You can see that these are not balanced, so we can see that H is balanced right now, so that means we have to start here because there's 3 oxygens. So the only thing I do to make oxygen more on the right side is to put a 2, and I'm going to change colors if I can. Okay, we're going to put a 2 right here, and then we have to change everything that 2 changes. So we have to take a new inventory. So now on the right side, which is after, we have 4 H's, but we also have 2 O's here and 2 more here, so now we have 4 O's. Okay, well, to fix, now we don't have the right number of H's anymore, and the O's are off. So that means we have to also put a 2 here. So now we have to take a new inventory. So now before the H, now we have 4, and that changes this to 2 times 2, so we have 4 O's, and now we are balanced. So this would be your new balanced equation. Let's try another one. Okay, remember, first thing you do is you put a box around the formulas, and you can see in this one we have 4 formulas in this reaction. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. 2 in the product or reactants and 2 in the reactants. Let's take our inventory. We've got Ag, we've got an F, a Ca, and a Cl. Okay? Alright, we've got these 2 formulas are before the arrow, yield sign. So we've got 1 Ag on the left, got 1 F on the left, got 1 Ca on the left, and 2 Cl's on the left. All of the left of the are before the arrow. Now let's do the after. You can see I have 1 Ag on the right. Let's go down to Cl. We've got 1 Cl on the right, 1 Ca on the right, but yet we have 2 F2s on the right. Okay, so the first one I can see, this one looks okay so far. So the first one I need to change is this guy right here, the fluorine. He needs to double. So to double him on the before, or on the left, we have to put a 2. Let me change my color. Let's do yellow. We have to put a 2 here, and now that changes some things on the before. Yes, it changes the F, but first we need to change the Ag. That changes to 2, and that also changes to 2 on the before. Alright, so now this is balanced, but now this is not balanced. So now that we changed the Ag on the before, let's change the Ag after. So to get him to also be 2, let's put a 2 right here. That changes Ag to 2, but don't forget it also changes Cl to 2 on the after. So let's jump down here to Cl, and he changes to 2. But looky here, that's what we needed him to be. Now he's balanced. Everybody's balanced. Here is your new balanced equation that now follows the law of conservation of mass.